In 1337, the situation was not necessarily progressing well for the Knights Hospitaller. From their origins of running a hospital in Jerusalem as early as 603 AD, the Knights Hospitaller had militarized and greatly expanded their operations, fighting in the Crusades, and with holdings within the Holy Land, prestige, wealth, they had a dream of ultimate victory. But by 1302, they had been kicked out of the mainland, into Cyprus, and by 1310, they had been forced to relocate to the island of Rhodes. The dream of crusade seemed dead. Facing the might of the Mamluk Sultanate, and backstabbed by the lack of Christian support from Paris to Rome, all of this meant that the knights felt betrayed. Their enemies had formed a united front, and their allies were united in their backstabbing and lack of support. And so, they turned to God, with one simple prayer. They prayed for God to shatter all current and future enemies of the Order, so they may restore God's home on earth and rebuild the kingdom of heaven in the Holy Land. For days and nights, months, they would pray, a prayer seemingly unanswered until, well, on that 1st of April, 1337, that fateful day, a voice boomed from the heavens.
Ach pine ana, ach bad hana.
This was of course naturally rather confusing, as the knights did not speak Aramaic, indeed very few people, if any, did, but they would emerge to see a world where every nation was indeed shattered. Their prayers had been answered, rather literally, for even the knights' own holdings had been affected. They had too, but had been shattered as well. Trust no one, not even yourself. All enemies, past, future, and most certainly present, were, at least for now, a disunited front. This opportunity could not be allowed to go to waste. They had to restore the kingdom of God. But another truth was more self-evident. They were not the only nation with ambition. Indeed, as the knights would rally their men for the upcoming wars, other opportune leaders were raising their own banners and marching to war as well. Consolidation was inevitable, and even if this kingdom of God was to be established, it would only be a matter of time before others would take up the mantle of destroying it. No, such a project would need the sanctity of faith, steel, and gunpowder. A worthy fortification, no, network of fortifications must be constructed and updated to keep the kingdom of God safe. A fort complex, if you will, worthy of the kingdom of God. But nevertheless, our goals are clear. Can we conquer our enemies? Can we establish the kingdom of God? And can we build a true fort, truly worthy of such a title? Well, that was quite the intro, but here we are as the Knights, and with that, let's get into our nation setup. Now, I do hope this is going to be a touch easier than the Post campaign. After all, we actually start with a town. But if you're interested in that and the mod setup as a whole, well, a link to that video will be available on screen right now. But with that said, let's go. Okay, well that's incredible. We're now immediately into a clergy regency. We died so quickly, we didn't even get a chance to get an air event. Oh, that's incredible. Okay. Alright, well there's the first monstick. We're now immediately losing all of our money. Good to know. The Turks are rising up and a whole bunch of fun and games. Lovely. On that note, these guys still have no friends, so I think we might just go for it. Surely we have enough levy boats to get some troops over there, right? There's the landing. Can we win this, please? Thank you. There we go. There's the occupation of Carpathos, which means the war is won. Beautiful. Our first victory on our long march to progress. And I will say this guy isn't the best, but being inside a regency kind of sucks. So we're going to go ahead and take the throne. Now then, I've been looking at our financial state, and I'll be honest, it's not great. But we can make a decent amount of money by taking it from other people. So I think stability, war exhaustion, look, we can get those back. So what we're going to do is, now that we've become our Grandmaster previously mentioned, we're going to first of all immediately adopt local culture. I don't want any of those bad events. Oh no, some French people will dislike us. It'll be fine. It's invasion time. These guys basically haven't made any friends yet. You've got this. I believe in you. 163 versus... Where did their army go? Okay, they were racing it. That makes sense. Okay. Are they going to show up to the battle? There we go. Oh, the Holy Trinity Church. As the Knights Hospital becomes the destination of all crusaders willing to fight for the Catholic faith, our home island's Rose needs to adapt so it is able to accommodate more believers. Of course, to fill this goal, the Order is willing to spend some of the accrued wealth mm, on the construction of a new church. Okay, 10 devotion or 5 army tradition. Oh, I thought we'd get like a new building. Archangel Michael is pretty cool. There we go. We should probably get our devotion up. You know what? So let's dedicate the church to the Holy Trinity. Sure. All right then. Back to the warring. All right, there we go. And there's our victory. And we can keep this going. Now, with 36 ducats, I actually want to save 250. The reason for that is rather simple. I want to get the Tailor's Guild up. And not only will the Tailor's Guild be nice just in general, our main order headquarters is actually losing efficiency because we don't have enough fine cloth. Also missing books, but you know, I'm sure we'll be able to find those books somewhere. Well, I guess it's 2 people for the price of 1 war deck, so let's go ahead and get straight into it, I believe. Arrive before 10 days before your levies finish raising. Could we? No, we'll need to. Oh god, how do we? We might actually have to navally land there. Oh boy. All right, well there goes that siege. Let's see, can we get you guys over here? And how much is your transportation cost? Dare I say? 222. And you guys have 225 transport. Perfect. We can actually fit the entire army on the 2 boats. Let's go. It'd be really awkward if we now lose this fight. You've got this, guys. Come on. Can we kill this 1 horseman? There we go. Okay. And now with all of the flanking, yeah, we should be good. But yeah, this integration might take us a while now. Especially once we do take the whole island over. Yeah, this is gonna potentially be a problem. Are we gonna allow slavery? No. No, they're gonna come to Jesus. Welcome to Jesus. Oh, Naxos, you bastard, you declared war on... and now they're going to raise their levy so I can't just march his chin and cheese them. You... Wait. Wait, you... None of these guys have boats. Nope. Does Naxos have boats? Nope, you have 36... I mean, I guess, okay, you're raising troops, that's fine. You want me to fight this entire war for you, don't you? That was your plan, wasn't it, Naxos? I'm going to decline this, and then I'm going to, because this is going to break alliance. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys have fun. I'm then going to go ahead and deck my own war, if you don't mind. At least in 2 months, when I can. I do wonder, do we need to be French? Can we just maybe go Greek primary culture? I mean, we guess we have no prestige to do so, but... Okay, just to span their armies have marched over here, so free to walk into here, get that siege, and we don't have to deal with 132 men. Alright, we trade occupations, they've got their troops that have arrived here, but you guys, are you happy to peace out? No, we need to wait. Oh, we need to wait. Oh boy. That's awkward. Their ally transferred occupation. 100% war score means we can bypass all that, so yeah, max money, please, thank you. Beautiful. Now then, that does create an issue. I know their armies are on this tile, and I don't think we can... I mean, I think we can just win this, right? Yeah, surely I don't regret that. I mean, it's just a mountain. How bad can it be? You'll be fine. And yeah, they did form a coalition, but obviously they're now gone. Right then. Let's see it, please. Yeah, look at that. They're getting slaughtered. Why did they even bother? Of course, you have regulars. You have like 12 discipline on them. Right, well, let's do that. How bad is the coalition? Like, yeah, no one cares. It'll be fine. At least not sufficient amount of people care. Well, either way, let's go ahead and intervene against them in the first war of Cadian aggression. Beautiful. Right, and with that done, we can march over here to prevent that. Oh, no, the treating guild's right. Honestly, given our current situation, probably poetry. Wait, this is huge. Don't we need that 5%? Wait, this is incredible. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we can use this 5 prestige to go become Greek. Right? Because the only reason we can't accept it is we're lacking the 5 prestige. So Poetry Guild it is. And then we can go ahead and add. And how do we become Greek? 50 devotion and 50 stability. Why is it so painful to become Greek? Well, I guess our cabinet just doesn't work at the moment. We'll get 17 stabs soon rather than later. It'll be fine. Alright, there we go. Candy has fallen. 38 days. Beautiful. 100 war score. Unfortunately, we're not the primary person in this peace deal, so we can't really... Yeah, we can't really do stuff. Oh, there we go. They've pieced out. They've given us Candia. Thank you. And also 10 ducats, which I assumed a decent chunk of that came to us. Yeah, based on that inflation. I see it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got it. Divine intervention, the unity of faith. Since the government of our order officially began encouraging worship and focusing life on the true Catholic faith, our people feel more secure in their daily lives and with each other. Plus 12 stability, which means you guessed it. It's time to become Greek. Alright, nothing seems to have broken so far. I'm sure it's fine. Legitimacy could be better as well. Sorry, devotion. That reminds me, I know we became French earlier, but maybe it's time to become Greek. Yeah, a bunch of French people will hate us, right? Yeah, but it'll be fine. Alright, it's 1342, and it is the age of Renaissance. Now, I am running a bit of a deficit, and I will be out of money pretty soon, but don't worry, I have a plan. I just haven't come up with said plan yet, but I believe I'll fix this. Don't worry about it. When I do, it'll be fine. For now, though, let's select our age abilities. I think it'll be a pretty simple solution here. Yet again, military focus. Let's go and achieve our glorious victory. With that, well, look, I'll be able to fix all the finances in 14 months when our stability stops being negative. Make that 15 months. Aftermath of the Crusader era. Frankly, a sacrilegious statement. I mean, I'm coming back to the Crusader era. It never ended, okay? I'm still in denial. Anyway, in 1291, Akka fell to the Mamluk Sultanate. Okay, you don't have to remind me. That is unfortunate, but that would be a wonderful fort for us to rebuild. Nevertheless, with it our lost foothold in the territories of the Holy Land, yeah, okay, they also fell. You get the point. Our hope and faith, yeah, we're not doing too well. We're pushed back to Cyprus, and now we're pushed back to Rhodes. However, as time goes on, and the old guard that took part in the siege of Akka, well, I guess defending the siege of Akka is what they meant there, has departed this world, many voices in our court have given rise to doubts regarding the nature of our order. Now, I will say this immediately, absolutely sacrilegious, cannot tolerate this kind of conversation, but the question is, well, I mean, there's only one correct option. We do remain Crusaders at heart, right? What does this do? 25 army tradition. Okay, that's quite good. And, okay, thank you, Nestor Tooltip. I'm aware of the Pope's existence. I wasn't sure why his capital is Latvian, but you know what? Best not to ask. Anyway, but that's fine. That's probably what we're going to go with. What's the other things we can... I guess that's nice, but obviously why would I not pick that? Or look inwards and we must developer. We gain 22 centralization, that's not bad. Lose 20 stability, okay, that really would hurt. Pope doesn't like us, and potential events about the development of our capital be more potent, whatever that means. We gain flourishing capital for 20 years. What does that do? Sorry, 5% population growth for 20 years? 5%? And local monthly prosperity of zero point 0.5 with 20% building costs. 5% population growth. This has to be a typo, right? This was meant to be 0.5%. How is 5% population growth even remotely balanced? That's insane. I mean, it hurts. I'm going to press this because we have a vision. We need to retake the Holy Land. But there's no universe you never don't press this button. I'm sorry, okay? We remain Crusaders at heart, but you in your game absolutely press this button, right? No conversation about it. Okay, literally no event or anything, but a bunch of money has just arrived in our account and didn't say anything. There wasn't, again, any event or any notification, just a bunch of money appears. I guess that is God's will, so not going to question it, okay? Money appears into the accounts, we don't look at it, and you know what? I think that's probably what the papal support actually entails. I'll take it, okay? I'll take it. So, thank you very much to the Pope for 38 ducats. You're now the top donator for this campaign. The development of roads. Now, I think this is probably that development event they were talking about earlier in that event. I'm going to be taking this option as it has positive things, as well as centralization, which in our case is a positive thing, as well as 8 whole ducats, instead of losing 0.25 development. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure what the thinking is here. I don't know why what is the implication? Why is granting citizenship to foreign merchants leading to us losing 0.25 development? Like, I'm just not really putting two and two together here. Someone help me out with the logic on this one, because I'm just not quite seeing the bigger picture, right? But okay. And like, there's no extra citizens, sorry, merchants that become citizens from this. Like, the population doesn't change. We just grant citizenship to foreign merchants and our country becomes less developed. Or we decide to develop infrastructure, which makes our burghers happy instead of granting them citizenship, increases our centralization, and also makes money appear. Because famously, investment into infrastructure is so cheap that you just immediately get money, appears in your account at the moment you decide to do it. Not gonna question it anymore. Just gonna take it. We'll call it here. Thank you for the free money. I'm gonna use that to build some RGOs. All right, there we go. Minus 49 stability, which means hello, Republic of Hagia Pavlos. I'm afraid your time here has come to an end. I believe you have some heresy which we're here to remove. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that seems a little unfair. Just a smidgen unfair. I think having 100 regular troops when everyone's running around with 130 is a bit overpowered. Right. Well, that's been a good war. Naval business in Rhodes. Rhodes is an island in a very advantageous position. Its proximity to the coast of the Balkan elevates it to a valuable anchorage for our naval activities. Naval activities is a fascinating way of phrasing the fact that we're currently privateering most of the Mediterranean. Anyway, we have a couple options here. We can either get ourselves a free naval supplies guild, which is 50 ducats worth, nice, or a marketplace, another 50 ducats worth, or a free hospital. Um, this one costs 200 ducats, and I understand that hospitals cost money and the other things make us money, but I'm going to take the free hospital. We are the knights of the hospital, after all. All right, well, we've got ourselves our CB, so I believe it is go time. Now then, the plan is walk these guys in before they raise troops, and walk in troops from Rhodes to finish the siege. But yeah, there we go. There we are in the siege before they can get their troops up, so free win. Ah, the light of the world. Divinity is the beacon that guides us towards prosperity. And with that, we've conquered Crete, after which I believe it's time to move to Cyprus, after which we can establish, well, a beachhead and hopefully use Cyprus as that perfect staging ground for an invasion of the Holy Land itself, and of course, our claim to the title of Jerusalem. Well, goddamn, it's still struggling with our economy stability and still haven't hit max devotion, but Black Death, yet again. Oh, beautiful. Well, a couple road bumps. Couple road bumps, he'll be fine. Oh, wonderful. The Black Death is actually here, because Lord knows I had way too much stability at the moment. Okay, I'm starting to have a lot of regrets. That's the Turks, that's not the Black Death. Slight misclick there, didn't mean anything by that, and we've already lost 5 people. Unacceptable. I'm not going to move the court into hiding. Can't afford it, frankly. Isolate cities I'd love to do, but that's not happening. We already have a hospital, so we're frankly, if anything, overprepared. Can we not isolate the country now that... Oh, we don't actually have any neighbors. We don't have any neighbors that have... Okay. Oops. It's only us. All right, it's the 1st of December, 1349. We've actually fixed our economy. We've paid off our debt. Wait, 1 minute. We've paid off our debt. Sorry for that interruption. As I was saying, we've also, in terms of paying off our debt, which we have obviously done, we've gained our first core on Crete. So that's wonderful. That whole coring situation should now significantly improve and yet again give us another boost to our economy. The Black Death is, for the most part, on the retreat now, so we are, for the most part, let's just be clear, done with it as far as I'm concerned. And so I believe it is time for some expansion. I guess we could go in without the extra levies, but I do worry, I'm not going to lie. My issue is that the troops I have at this point are quite large, and if I raise them, I might not be able to actually fit them on my levy boats, so this might be an issue. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get away with it. Okay, bad news, they got meal access. Good news is we're slaughtering them. The problem is, can we keep slaughtering them? Well, they need to get into the battle for that. Did they all come into one flank? I mean, we're still very badly outnumbered. But maybe? I mean, our flanks are about to break. Uh-oh. This is an issue, but maybe. I guess while this is happening, let's go grab the rest of our army. I didn't even actually get mill access. Oh, never mind. They retreated from the battle. That works for us. Yep. If you just leave the battle, that's absolutely fine. You can just go do that. Nope. That's fine. Yep. Glorious victory. All right. Well, the bastards revoked mill access, so I'm gonna have to do it the hard way. That being said, should probably give these guys a general. Wait, you bastards have mill access, and I don't. Oh, for God's sake! Well, that's just unfair, isn't it? Also, yes, it's technically 100%, but I'm probably gonna have to. No, I think if I win that siege first, I should be fine. Very nice, but yes, we can now 100% and force them to do it. Hopefully they had left, but if not, this might be a problem. Good luck. I think the main takeaway here is we need to invest in our army, and apparently our army has seen better days. Well, yeah, of course it has. We just lost most of it trying to take Cyprus. I guess you fought valiantly. It's just a shame that your defeat was indeed inevitable. Welcome into the fold. Let me just double check. No one cares? Yep, no one cares. Perfect. Oh, god damn it. Auto trade was on, so we've managed to make minus 0.78 ducats selling 0 wooden mecha. I think I'm getting defrauded out of my money by these merchants, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, there we go. We finally obtained the last core on Crete. The whole thing is cored. All of our order abroad buildings, the order commanderies, keep getting shut down, put simply. And this means that our income of 3 ducats has now gone down to 2. And given that our total income is... Well, basically, we lost 25% of our income from day 1 just because of that development, which is pretty brutal because in the grand scheme of things, 2 ducats kind of for free is pretty good. And alright, with that, we will declare our crusade to get the rest, well, most of Cyprus. Guys, I have potentially bad news. I don't think we win this. Wait, what? I mean, their morale is shattering, but I think we just lose this on every other factor. Pretty much, yep. Shane, oh, please, raise. Come on. The troops, they raised in the middle of the battle. You can do that. Can they get into the battle, please? Okay, let's grab a retreat. Okay. And now that that's sorted, do we have the transportation capacity? We absolutely do. You, ladies and gentlemen, get on the boats. Save them. You've got this. You've got this. Okay. Oh, never mind. They're just going to siege. Okay. Okay, all is well. Right, that's this separate piece. Beautiful. Ah, and with that, the Black Death is formally over. We lost 27,000 pops. Actually a lot better than the 29,000 we lost in the Wales game, despite having a lot more peeps. So I guess, you know what? There's your proof. Hospitals. Not a terrible idea. Alright, we've got ourselves our last CB, and if I am not mistaken, their friend... Okay, I was going to say their friend dishonors. Their friend does not dishonor. Oh boy. And their friend is kind of annoying. Okay, well... I mean, I'm still gonna go kill them, but... Okay. Okay, sorry, I genuinely just have a question. Like, I understand I have the backing of higher powers, but... where do I get these incredible people in my court? How do they just manifest themselves into here? Like, I'm sorry, what? Why am I just, like, stuffed full of these incredibly competent people? Where do they come from? And, like, I guess I probably should know who they are before I put them in charge of the army, but... I mean, they're good at fighting, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, these guys I was fighting, I was like, whoa, they let me land, that's so nice of them. They have 5 troops. Right, well, I do believe with that, that's going to be the last province. Perfect. So... I can make you Catholic. Boy. I'm gonna do that, I think. Thank you for the 10 ducat donation. And indeed with that, Cyprus is back under our rule, which means it's now time to look a bit further. I believe Damascus is making a move for unification. So I think it's time we move into the city of Akka, a glorious return to our last fortress town before they can go defend themselves, because they have 120 men and have an alliance with someone has 465. So you can probably just get over there and crush them is the plan. So I think it might be worth an OCB. We can probably afford an OCB for now, to be honest. Yeah. Let's actually not make them co-belligerent, I've decided. Oh, never mind, we need a diplomat. Alright, let's get to warring next month. Alright, well, there's our diplomat. I believe it's go time. 23 stab does hurt, but we'll get it. We'll be fine. Well, let's go. Alright, our soldiers are here. Let's start and move them over. Unfortunately, the fort is paid, but we can kind of catch them with low garrison. That being said, we do need to actually win the battle, and I'm sure we will. Can we... Okay. Guess we are... We've picked the wrong flank. Okay, we've picked the wrong flank. That's unfortunate, but we do just win, right? Yes, we do. Okay. That, though, will take us a while. Let's pick up reinforcements. Okay, so far so good. We've been maintaining the siege from our food capacity on the boats whenever we run out. Who organized this navy? My god, alright, let's spread you out at least a bit. Or I guess it doesn't matter how we spread you out. Anyway, what I was trying to say before I interrupted myself is we've been resupplying our soldiers with these boats over here. So every time we've been running low, we've been popping back, getting food back from our own territory so that we can keep these guys about as fed as we can get. And indeed, so far so good. The siege is progressing swimmingly, if I do say so myself. Well, if you ever needed proof that God is on our side, this siege, which was a minus 57 by the way, took 293 days. That's incredible. These are 7 levy boats, so our one galley hopefully just wins that. That's the plan. Well, I guess we do have a cog as well. Otherwise, can we even get there? No. That's awkward. Do you guys want to leave the war? No. I guess, can we just, we can just peace out. Yep, fair enough. Well, there we go. On the 8th of May, 1359, the Knights Hospitaller have retaken the stronghold of Acre. Beautiful. And we even got a unique localization for this. This is actually the city of Antiochia Ptolemais. Nice. Well, I must confess, I do have a plan. We'll be able to call Parliament in 6 months, at which point I'll ask for extra levies and a war goal against Damascus, into which we'll go in, hopefully secure our rightful land. Anyway, border-wise, I don't want to go that much up north into Syria, so I'll probably take up to Sham over here, take Lebanon as well to secure a nice, good northern border. There should be some good fort locations over here. Forest Hills, stunning. Plateau farmlands, not great, but I'll take it. And of course, Damascus, that's just quite a good city to hold, to be honest. Oh, has an Umayyad mosque in here. Neat. Anyway, so that'll be that. Then we'll take Al-Havran, sure, I apologize for that pronunciation, and the northern part of Al-Sharat. Al-Sharat? Yeah, just most of the state, I guess. Any settlements in the area? Location ranks? No. So I don't want to push all the way to the south here. I think owning the coast will be a bit weird. Do you want to greed the horses? It'll be a bit weird. Yeah, let's not greed the horses. It'll be a bit good enough as is. All right, there we go. Perfect. That's the plan. Let's get to it. We have our diplomats. We need to give it a month's tick for our larger levies to apply, and then I believe it's go time. We have 16 boats, hopefully. We have 2,500 men this time. You know what that means. It's time for Crusade. Sorry, Parliament-approved claim on the province. Basically the same thing as a crusade, right? Well then, let's get to war. Alright. Crusade it is. I mean, yep, you're good on morale, so let's get in there, and hopefully you achieve victory. Looks like it to me, you're already in the battle. Yep, that's looking pretty good to me. Right flank should shatter quite quickly. Their center's gonna do pretty well, I think, but yeah, not when we're getting flanking. Should not even be close. Right, while this battle is happening, you know what we should be doing? Bringing over the reinforcements. Okay, they do have one fort, their capital. Otherwise, should be easy enough sailing from here. So, are you guys full annexed? Looks like that to me, so I believe we can, use that to keep the war machine going at least a little bit longer. Beautiful. Welcome into our administration. Your funding for the war effort was very much needed. Actually, let's decrease that inflation again. God damn it. And I guess we'll get you guys onto this siege. May as well, right? And you know what? Since we have probably won this war already, this is going to cost me 7 stab technically, but I think I'm going to fabricate another CB. Straight on Jerusalem. They've actually consolidated the area quite a bit already. I don't think I want this province here, so they technically get to live, I guess, as weird as it sounds. But yes, let's get ourselves a claim on the Philippines. I don't know why it's called that. But yeah, alright. 5 years, so our claim on the Philippines shouldn't run out. Beautiful. Alright, well, first things first, on the 1st of April, we already have a loss in support of our Curious. That's not getting passed. Speaking of loss of support of the Curia, we have a schism in the Catholic Church. Alright, well, that's not good. We're literally about to retake Jerusalem. Why are you guys having an argument right now? This should be the best time for all of Christendom or something. Come on. And yes, we are running out of money, but we temporarily have some money that we took from, beating people up, so we can use that to go buy food. So, our guy, who started as French, but has now become Greek. Well, apparently he has Greek upbringing, which he definitely very much had. He's struggling with speaking Latin, and our court language is Latin, so you know what? Screw it. The Crusader state may have been French and has now become Greek. We're also going to speak Greek in court, we've decided. Excellent. Why not? Alright, well, it wasn't that bad. We were also almost about to run out of money, but thankfully looted like 2 ducats from that, which was quite nice. And yes, before you do ask, this Crusader is like 3 months away from bankruptcy, but don't worry, it's all fine, it's all calculated. Don't stop asking questions. As for you, Mr. Damascus, well, I would like all of your money. That's quite a lot of money. Okay, I'm happy. Please give me your market center. That works. I'd like this province, and also, I guess, this whole province and this whole province. That works. I don't really think I want to full annex you. Yeah, that's fine. You can live. Where does this market center move to? To Sidonia. I would have loved it to go to here instead, but I guess that's fine. And with that peace deal, we also get the historic event, the conquest of Damask Assam, aka Damask. Honestly, I reckon we just no CB here and get it over with. Yeah, makes sense. Right then. Actually, how bad is our... Ooh, our coalition's pretty bad. You know what? I reckon we can defend. We can hold. We can hold against these hordes. Let's go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this might be a touch unfair. We are just kind of winning very, very hard. So just to be clear, how bad is it? That's quite a few people. Yep. Okay. AE does exist. That's a shame. Okay, I've just realized the coalition is forming. I should probably declare on you guys before they join the coalition. Right. Okay. All right, we're at Jerusalem. Kind of rushed it because I was hoping to get there before the fort gets fully recovered, but touch awkward. I think we still win this. Let's see. What do we need? We need not that kind of... Oh god, okay. Let's just do this and hope for the best. And I mean, I guess this war is over, so we may as well peace out, right? Yeah, I think all of these are your subjects, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, pretty much, so... Right. There we go. Money? Oh, only 10. That's a shame. And yeah, just the siege of Jerusalem remains, and a couple people joining the coalition. Very rude of them to interrupt me, of course, but there we go. That being said, we did get a breach, so I am wondering, could we win this assault? Still apparently likely to fail. Yeah, not the best. Which makes sense, we probably are, let's be honest. Alright, the siege is won. You know what that means. It's time for us to secure our final victory. Nope, why did pressing that make me go to my capital? Not what I meant to do, game, at all. Why would that happen? I guess I clicked on my flag. Anyway, max money, all of the land, beautiful. I mean, a couple peeps are just about teetering over the edge. Yeah, it'll be fine, We'll work it out. Alright, perfect. Welcome into the administration. And with that, we've taken Jerusalem. I mean, I think we do just go new capital, right? I don't see why we wouldn't. Beautiful. Right, let it be our new capital indeed. Oh, okay, so first of all, we lose Crusade in the sea. That's, you know what, fair enough. I guess there goes our naval process, and there goes our ability to get privateers and all that. Rest in peace, minus 50% galley build cost, which we didn't really do. That's gone. Albania's longer arrival, no, and so it goes, okay, that is an issue. Okay, what? Sorry, what? Egypt, how have you done that? It's 1362. Let's, That's gonna make the antagonism go away, right? There we go, fully antagonism. We can't be in the coalition. You have to leave now, legally. Yep, it's all fine. It's all good, right? Okay, that's an issue. Anyway, economy review. Okay, economy review, and we stop minting because we have inflation. Not the worst. Honestly, not the worst. And we do have a government reform. We still have our military order. Now, I have a bit of a quick question, though. I still want to have access to the special buildings, the order strongholds. Pretty good, not gonna lie. The 25% fort defense, that's part of the plan for making a fortification network worthy of the kingdom of God, right? But also would like to spam these fortress churches as well on our fortification provinces, because 50 garrison size and even more fort defense, so ideally, yeah, we do just keep building this, and I mean, actually to build an order headquarters in our capital again, so that would be neat. My question is relatively simple. Well, if I form Jerusalem, do I get to keep access to these unique buildings? And I want to go find out. Alright, so let's take a look if we do form it. We're now known as the Jerusalemite Order. Beautiful. That means we are still an order. Yep. Can we build order strongholds? You are just military order government reform. Nice. Okay. So order as well. Perfect. Also, it's come to my attention, we of course have a government reform slot, and there are a lot of wonderful options for us to select, but I will be going down with, you've guessed it, plutocratic ethos, because I really love parliament-based support, I love legislative efficiency. Nope, just kidding, we're building the best fort. Give me that garrison system. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I must confess, I think the situation is not the best it can possibly be. I will concede. Our glorious crusade might have been a success, but it has brought us a couple enemies. Yeah, a couple enemies. Yeah, 45,000 levies up against us. Now, they are divided. That part is good. Unfortunately, they're not quite weak. So, here's my problem. If they declare this war on us, which, let's be honest, the AI with these odds, with this level of aggressiveness, I mean, how has it not declared war on us yet? I don't know. That's only a matter of time. I believe we need to strike while the iron is hot. I believe we should declare our own war here, and the goal will be relatively simple. We should be able to force them into a white peace, which should greatly diminish both their coalition strength and also hopefully get it to disband. Now, why am I going to be declaring this now? Well, it's relatively simple. We have 5.5 thousand men at our disposal. This is not an accurate amount of men we should have. The reason for that is, well, we've just moved our capital to Jerusalem. That is to say, our control over the Isle of Rhodes, for example, which currently has 97%, is rapidly falling. Okay, not that rapidly. Same for Crete, right? A lot of our strength is now deteriorating. As such, well, we're not going to have these troops soon. So with all that said, well, there is one final advantage of attacking into the coalition. If we declare into it, we can separate piece members of the coalition out. We cannot do this if they declare a war upon us. So with that, well, they even win this navally. I'm hoping this is all naval. They have 7 regulars and 36. Oh my god, okay. No one said it would be easy. In fact, I'm saying it's going to be hard right now. And with that, the Sheikdom of Baalbek. Let us meet you in the field of battle. Alright, okay, as the first action, I think we rush down this place and stab them out the wall. Probably also annex them because we may as well, right? But yeah, I mean, that's going to remove, what, 1,000 men? I'll take it from the battle. Oh, for God's sake, they managed to raise that. Okay. That's fine. If we can win this siege before it becomes a problem, then that's fine, because we'll be able to full annex them. We win this siege. We win this siege. You guys are 100%ed now? Yep, you're 100%ed. Nice. Get out the wall. Give me your money. Beautiful. First glorious victory. We did it. We did it. All right, perfect. That's about as good as it'll get. You don't have a general. That's awkward. Take this absolute beast. All right. And we're winning here? I think so. We're the only ones in the battle so far. Okay, and we've mostly recovered our morale, which is good, because in they go, and they should get slaughtered here. They do. Beautiful. Yep, beautiful. Okay. Well, that's a good general. That's a very good general. I mean, our entire army is fitting in the frontage here, which is pretty devastating for anyone that arrives in these battles. Yeah, they just get melted instantly off the face of the planet. Beautiful. War score could be better, but could be worse. Yep. Okay, let's just get these free kills. My god. Killed 4,000 already, but they have 50. Oh boy. There goes Jaffna. I think we grab this occupation, just because that is the main war leader person. That's a lot of troops, Mr. Mamluk man. That's a lot of troops. Oh boy. Are they murking? No. Okay, it's just 3k levies. Oh boy. Jerusalem's garrison exists. Okay, we will hold. I believe. Okay, and now we're defending a hill. That's okay. Recover our morale. We do. Down relatively low morale because they're moving. And yeah, this should be an absolute slaughterfest. Okay, we're no longer getting free flanking, but yeah, I mean, these stats don't lie. They have 17 discipline still. Ouch. 40,000 men outside the gates of Jerusalem, though. That's a bit less incredible. Hey, Mr. Pope Man, I know you're in a Western Schism right now. Could you really use some reinforcements on the Holy City? Okay, 24 war score. We are rushing occupations as best as we can, kind of started splitting up our troops. They're all concentrated in the south here. We can't beat that. So uh, let's just hope this works. All right, great news. They rolled a 2. So God is with us. They're on minus 21, 290-day siege so far. The plan is working. 31 war score, minus 17. I have a dream. It's done. 35 war score. We can get a white piece. Oh, that's it. Oh, thank God. Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna greet it. You, over here, separate piece. Some of your money. Yeah, that works. Well, won't be a lemon cake anti-coalition war if we don't grab some more land in the process, right? Alright? There we go. Okay. I mean, land-wise, that's it. That's the last province we want, so... that would do it. Our eternal borders are only 16 war score away. I say we get a couple more occupations while we're in the area. See what we can work with. Okay, I'm starting to regret it. They're now on 0% on this siege. They just rolled a walls breach. Okay, that's what I say for saying, oh, you guys have got an unlucky. You're all a max roll on that, so oops. And so maybe it's a good time to be out on 38%. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I just checked, it was on -9. It's now +1 for a white piece. I think that's long enough for a truce. You know what? I think that's fine. Yep, 36, enough time. Yep, beautiful. Yep, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Okay, according to the game, the most profitable building we can build is a brewery. Guess I'll take your word for it, game. Sure, I feel like that's never happened before, but trust the system. Also, I've just realized something. Paradox, you never capped fort maintenance, did you? This castle in my capital, which is currently maintained, um, um, it's taxed to minus 100%. Paradox. Paradox, you didn't cap fort maintenance, did you? In fairness, you did cap it at minus 100%, but it's free. Okay, beautiful. Oh, I love this build already. And it's not even, shall we say, achieving its peak potential. Okay, the coalition is slightly reformed and they're apparently slightly stronger than us, but I'm sure we'll be fine. That being said, there is the argument, do you want to deck them here? And I think we'll get away with it. I think we'll get away with it. That being said, I'm still going to pay for my troops and navy just in case we have to, but yeah. Also got a bad settlement, which is why I was paying for stability. But yeah, I'm going to keep enjoying my relative time of prosperity here and hope I don't have to go fight another war. Well, never mind. We did not get a chance for peace. Alright, so far so good. Yep. Trading, I want to say, relatively well, given everything. Okay. Well, let's head on down here, smack these guys before they get an occupation, or I guess if they're moving, that's fine. Right. Morale wasn't great here, but I think we're still absolutely more than fine, especially when the reinforcements arrive. I mean, we're fine regardless, actually. We are very fine, my god. We are slaughtering them. No time for the reinforcements to even arrive here. Now, is this an extraordinary waste of money, having to pay for my troops and armies to do this? Absolutely, but you know what? The economy scaling will come in a little bit. We'll still have plenty of time to do so. Yeah, okay, I'm mostly happy with these formations. I guess, well, let's see how well we are at fighting them. Apparently, they have a bigger army and they have better quality than us, really. I mean, yeah, they do have more morale, that's fair. Hopefully. Thank you to interrupt me with a generous merchant family. This was the exact time that the order does need money, actually, thank you. 28 ducats, or... how good is this Philippus Marcus? Because sometimes they're amazing. It's actually a pretty good artist. I'd rather have the money, though. Right, how's the battle looking? Everyone's in the battle? Not great. We're trading relatively well with them. I'll give you that. We're trading well, but... Okay. Okay, their right flank, though. Their right flank, maybe? Their right flank is not going too hot. I think we hold, but their right flank is shattered, which means I think we end up winning this. Absolutely now. Okay, beautiful. There we go. The siege of Jerusalem has been relieved. Glorious victory to us, because I'm hoping this is going to be a lot of war score. And it is, 12. Beautiful. Well, let's run them down, take the border province, which the war leader actually is responsible for. Alright, they are back for more. Let's grab a couple month ticks, recover our regulars to the full strength, because these guys could be a bit better. And then we'll go in. Yeah, okay, they don't even show up with one of the flanks, or at least their flank is late. Oh no. Yeah, well, I guess I shouldn't be complaining, but we get away with that relatively scot-free in the grand scheme of things. Trading very well into that, and 7 war score again. Oh, they're back. Again. We're on 63 war score, seriously? -5 progressing. Oh. I mean, I guess don't pay war reparations, or give me a bit less money. You know what, yeah, I'm not fighting you for 14 ducats. That's fine. Right then. Works for me. My god, we've finally done it. In July 1375, we finally finished integrating the Philippines. I didn't realize they were in the Holy Land yet again, but they're finally within our administration. Right, let's move on and start integrating the other stuff. And finally, our old leader, at the ripe old age of 62, well, he has passed. Meaning he's now been succeeded by Grandmaster. I'm not even. What is this name? He's unfortunately a little bit cruel, which is a shame. But otherwise, pretty competent, so no complaints there from me. And while the coalition has very slightly reformed, well, the leader of this coalition, he is going to be no longer with us soon because he's getting murdered. So, seems good for me. That being said, Egypt were not the best of friends with, we'll say that, and it's a lot of troops, and they've reformed quite well. Let's get ourselves a CB on here. Perfect. And yep, we've got our diplomat. Everything is nice and ready. I believe let's take our parliament-approved claims. You guys march in. Should be enough to siege. We do get there before you finish raising? We do. Nice. Yeah, I think 20 ducats is worth it. Okay, and I guess war reps as well. Don't care about literally anything else. I guess humiliate you for fun. Right? All works for me. Beautiful. And as for you guys, yeah, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Now we just need to secure Jerusalem for all time. Oh, and yet again, we are dead. Alright, this cruel man is no longer with us and has been succeeded by... Well, that's certainly one of the stat spreads of all time. Let's immediately adapt to a local culture. And, you unlike the previous guy that was cruel, this guy's benevolent. Shame we don't have any subjects, but still, I'll take it. Very administratively minded, not the best at military. Thankfully, we're kind of done with fighting. Alright, it's been a while. I'll be honest, not much has happened. I built up quite a bit of a war chest, but to be honest, that's because I am looking at embracing 2 new institutions, so that's the purpose of that. Oh, and we're dead yet again, replaced by this guy. Wow, pretty common trend anyway. I guess that all being said, time to do our classic adapt to local culture. Which one's this one? Arpitan. Ooh. This guy's Swiss. Well, he's Greek now. Welcome to Greece. This one's 35, so this one might last a while, which is a shame. He's not good at mill, but I guess he's okay at everything else. There it is, our first new core. Wonderful. Hopefully one of many. And with 91 proximity over here, well, 93 control, here I come. It's the 1st of January, 1400, and Sungulu has just won the Rise of the Ottomans. That being said, for the 1400s, the world has consolidated quite well, I want to say. Like, Spain's emerging into blobs, that's for certain. France is running around, Burgundy's rising up, big Burgundy duos out there are going to be very happy. Burgundy's in a coalition against France, as one does. England's not having the best game. I mean, 4K levies is good, but yeah, there's certainly no way guaranteed to unite the Isles. There's a couple pretty strong contenders all the way around them. Sweden's re-emerging, Denmark's kinda gone, Aarhus is doing not badly. Novgorod's getting a bit of a comeback. Muscovy's not doing too awfully, I guess, but certainly a lot of other contenders around the area, so no way guaranteed for them to be the winner here. Poland's re-emerging. I don't know what the hell is going on in Hungary. Germany is actually pretty normal, I dare say. Also, Arborea formed Sardinia, so that's neat. Oh, and of course, leaving the best for last, big Georgia. My god, this Georgia in 1400s is actually like, I feel like bigger than normal Georgia almost. Georgia cannot be stopped by the world being shattered. They will rise and come back again. Although they have to be careful, Circassia is right there. General Hospital. Well, not gonna lie, why would I turn down a free hospital? Now, this will be the second time the game's offered me a free hospital, but who would I be to say no? Free hospital. Alright, there we go. We figured out universities. Excellent. Now, I am probably gonna immediately invest in a university, at least in my capital. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. but more importantly, education of the elites. Now, there's something I don't see often talked about, because there's one thing that is absolutely disgustingly broken. The fact that theological institutions are available to you if you're not a theocracy. Unacceptable. No, it's education of the missionaries. Now, it does have some neat bonus, like 15% max literacy for clergy, and the clergy likes it, but it comes with 50. That's base, not 50%, 50 flat pop conversion speed. And if you're wondering, how are we going to convert everyone to the one true faith? The answer is we're going to go give an education to our missionaries, because my god, that's going to make them insanely good at converting passively without even needing our cabinet. Alright, we do need one fully staffed university to actually have this. Alright, fine. I mean, it makes sense. They do need to actually learn somewhere how to be amazing missionaries. Alright, our university is complete, which means you've guessed it. Time to pick up education of the missionaries. It's 10% implemented. It's already increasing our base rate from +2 to +5. Who balanced this? Did anyone test this? Well, anyway, I hope they don't nerf this, because I believe at the moment this is probably the only viable path for a one faith. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the fun begins. We've now researched the rights of the nobility, and this is a pretty big deal. And you may be wondering, why? Well, just as a reminder for everyone in the class who has not been paying attention so far, if we take a look at our fort maintenance, we currently have minus 20% from a monastic order, minus 20% from mission protection, minus 10% from garrison system, and of course minus 4% from defense, but we're working on getting our defensive values, well, shall we say, a bit higher, right? We're working on it. Actually, literally have a cabinet person pushing them now. So far so good, and if we can get that to the cap of defensive, we will get minus 20% fort maintenance globally. And that's quite good, because we'll have 70% of forts, and that's, as you may have guessed already, very nice. But the rights and nobility is where it really comes in. It's very simple as to why, actually. A rural noble authority. Minus 20% fort maintenance globally. Well, if you gentlemen insist, that works for me. I'm not going to be complaining. Now, you may be wondering, Mr. Lemon Cake, how are we maintaining these forts? These forts that will eventually be spamming everywhere. And the answer is we're actually praying really, really hard. Like, you don't understand just how hard we're praying, okay? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Also, for those wondering about the effects of educating our missionaries, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, a couple places are straight up just Catholic now already, and we've barely started. And the Catholics are making up pretty healthy majorities everywhere else. If you remember our religion tab, we were previously like 15% Catholic tops, 35% now. I think we went 20 to 35% to be clear, which is pretty insane. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to promote Castle Works and get some monthly progress to defensive. Not that I'd complain. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're able to get a 0.8. Now, I could squeeze this out a bit more by getting 0.85 by deleting our main army, but yeah, that's might be a bit touch excessive, dare I say. Let's get ourselves some defensive progress, and let's also, you've guessed it, finally build some forts. Now, we would like to defend this entry point, 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 just this whole entry point. And then I guess we'll also defend here and here, that's good. We'd obviously want to rebuild our old traditional fort and also rebuild Damascus. And that's already 13 forts. We're allowed only 13. So let's go to our nobility. Grab a fortification licenses. Wonderful. There we go, that's going to give us another fort. And I know we'll get defensive up, so we'll get a bit more fort capacity. But let's fortify Cyprus, Rhodes, and, well, I would do Crete, but I guess we're out of money. Alright, we can fix that. Stake out a small loan, just to get ourselves a nice Crete fort as well. We're having to pay 2.38 ducats a month for these forts. Oh boy. I love modifier stacking. In other news, the economy is looking pretty good, but that's not quite where we're done yet, of course. See, these forts may be cheap, but we can make them a lot stronger. Two buildings come to mind. First of all, these order strongholds, which we can spam pretty much anywhere there is in our capital for 25% fort defense. And also we need to build, you guessed it, fortress churches for even more fort defense everywhere. I mean, our capital fort already has 50% fort defense, so it's pretty good, but we can, of course, do a lot better. Hello, as you can see, I am currently taking a bunch of debt. Now you may be wondering, why am I doing this? Well, it's come to my attention that the Mamluk Sultanate with 50,000 levies. Jesus Christ, this is 1421. This is literally probably better than it would have in vanilla. How have they done this? To my very reasonable 15,000. Well, they're fabricating a casus belli on me. I have now decided to invest into a lot of reformed Crusader Knights. I've been informed by the game I'm unable to build them on my capital. Thank you, game. I did actually not expect that, to be honest. It seems we're also going to be out of manpower very soon. Yeah, this is the issue. Well, we'll draw them on the front line, get them out. Now, manpower-wise, I'm getting armories. I just had to get a bunch of other things. Thankfully, the forts should hold for a while, and to help the forts hold, order stronghold time. Should have really done this a lot. You could build it in your capital, neat. Should have done this a lot earlier. Oh, that's a lot of regret. Should have done this a lot earlier. They're going to navally land on these islands as well, aren't they? Well, I hope they buy us time. I guess give me army tradition, sure. Autonomous local commanders have fun. You know what, sure, why not? Look, we need everyone right now. All hands on deck. We can spend 1,000 ducats hiring 550 men. 1,000 on 550. That is to say, we could spend 1,187 ducats to get 550 men. Thank you, Paradox. I think I'll pass. Our parliament's in a while. We can't even get extra levies from that. Oh boy. Well, let's get ready for our survival fight. Maybe if we spend on diplomacy, we can find some friends as well. I mean, there are some Syrian Myamphysites. That's close enough, honestly. Welcome. Thank you. And this is something. They actually have some boats. Right, well, let's hope we have enough months to grab this alliance. Well, okay, good news. We can maintain this army with our monthly income. We need to finish these order strongholds to get a bit more... oh boy, this is going to be bad. Egypt has presented us that they claim as a perfectly legitimate slave raiding CB. That's a new word for crusade. Athens, you're involved in some wars. You could form a defensive league. Yes, we will. Next month. Well, I mean, if I had money, I'd love to shove fortress churches as well, but I guess there it is. There's the test of our fortification efforts. I'll be honest, I'm going to have to start working down on this debt, and I want the inflation decrease thing from Parliament. I'm going to start minting. Okay, well, at least some of these order strongholds are finishing. That's nice. All right, those two gentlemen have honored the call to arms. That's something. Oh, boy. Athens, you will dishonor because you are at war and your levies are less available and you're in debt. Well, it begins. Okay, there's the Mamluk Navy. They have heavy ships. We don't have those. We haven't even researched them. Did you bring in friends? You did. You brought in the Suez with 1,000 because you needed that. You brought in these guys with 200. That's fair. You brought in these guys with 250. Okay, and you brought in Alexandria with another 25,000 men. All right. Okay, so that brings us... we're fighting 80,000. We're outnumbered 4-1. All right. That's a lot of troops coming our way. That's some very good generals. Well, they have no cannons, so I guess we pray for disease outbreaks. We should have built these cogs a while ago, but better late than never, I guess. Also, the siege is also going to take them forever, isn't it? Yep, beautiful. Good luck. Can you guys stop this? Allies? No, don't put in port. Oh, they have 5 regulars, and you only have levies. Oh boy. And the Mamluks are landing even more troops up there. Oh, great. Hypothetically, what do you guys want? You want me to give you money, war reparations, and annul all treaties? You don't want to dismantle any of my forts. I mean, this is cheaper than fighting you. I guess what stops you coming back for more later, when we have less friends? Honestly, not much. We could basically bribe them off and hope they don't deck us again, but would be against the spirit of the challenge. We are here to defend Jerusalem, not bribe our enemies to leave. No. If they want our money or our land, they're going to have to come over here and bleed out on our forts for it. Okay, that inspirational speech aside, we are still screwed. But you know what? Let's see what we can do. Oh god, they're landing everywhere. They're landing on roads. Now, there is one technically saving grace here. They're not able to get food here, so they need to keep their navy to resupply their boats as well, if they manage. And that's one of the nice things with forts like this, as it is an inland fort, which makes it hard to navally barrage, but also Yeah, good luck getting supplies over here. Okay, our allies are very brave taking the siege. They are going to get slaughtered. This is a problem. But maybe this lets us move into here. Oh, it seems you gentlemen are taking 5% attrition due to a lack of food, you say? Well, okay, let's see. We arrive in the battle first. Okay, good. But then they get in. We're not trading too well. This is not actually a good fight to take. Oh, God. Hopefully there's not more where that came from. I could really use the war score from this battle. Okay, they're starting to shatter. They're starting to shatter. I think we win. And once we... There we go. Okay, we do win. We do win. And once we get this flanking, this is going to be a bit better now. Right. Overall, not the best trading, but we lost like 4,000 men. Oh boy. We're now positive war score though, ladies and gentlemen. We are now positive war score. Thank you for the occupation. I really appreciated that. I'd really appreciate though if you were, forming up ranks with me though. Why are we navally landing on them? What is this going to achieve? Stop! Why did they retreat? Why are they letting you navally land? We should outnumber them here. Better general, better everything. I think we go for this one, and the idea is these guys might serve at least a bit of a distraction if they try to reinforce that, which they are. Oh, but you are going to reinforce the battle. Yes, you are. Okay, good. Now, this is most of their regulars, but they are outnumbered pretty badly, so we'll see how that ends up going for them. So far, not badly, and that's the issue, because they're going to reinforce that. Oh, boy. Okay. Keep an eye on that, because the moment they get into there, we need to get out. Yep. Okay. And there goes our allies. How are you or your -7%? Sorry, what kind of RNG is this? Okay, we're going to have to risk it for the chocolate biscuit. Let's literally, to the best of our ability, start ferrying our army over. At least that should be some nice war score, right? EU4, I would never let me do this. There'll be so much blockading going on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those transports being built, that's for sure. Right, let's reassign our absolute best general. Thank you. All right. Last strip. Just waiting for a walls breach or something stupid. Nope, status quo. Go for it. Slaughter them. Get them. We're still going to take casualties here, which sucks, but that should be 4k troops off the face of the earth. Yep. Because where are they going to retreat to? Yeah, where are you retreating to? Oh, here. Oh. How's that going to go for you? And there we go. 2,400 dead. Glorious victory. Rhodes is not too long for the world either. You haven't even been sieging the Fria, but okay, armories. Okay. More debt? Yep, sure. Give me those armories, please. Okay. Oh, they're going to take a while to build. But we're building 10 with plus 100 manpower. Okay, we can work with that. That's quite a good amount of manpower. Okay, we can do 4k at a time. We could try and beat this. It is all regulars. They are still attritioning. I mean, okay, they only have 50k left. What can I say? Thank you very much, Bank of Bardi, for making this video possible. If you'd like to find out more about the Bank of Bardi, make sure to head on down to the description. There you'll find a link to the Bank of Bardi Wikipedia article where you can go and purchase their product. Do they still exist? Probably not. The forts are holding, but not indefinitely. Okay, they're supplied with food, they're not starving, unlike these sieges over here where they've lost a bunch of troops. And if you're not going to reinforce that, and you're going to march the way around, this is a good battle to take. I guess we're taking it now because we've locked in. Okay, wait, they don't have a flank. They just don't have a flank. Okay, they're now getting a flank, but then the left. Okay, trading really well so far now because of that. They just didn't have a flank for a bit. Keep an eye on this when their reinforcements come, but at the moment, this is a wonderful fight to take. Beautiful fight to take. Oh, there we go. 4,000 to less than 1,000. Okay, these are the kind of victories we need. There's no regulars here, so let's hope for the best. Okay, they do take a second to arrive in the battle, but yeah, I mean, trading pretty well, but we are fighting pure levies here. That being said, we should be able to remove a decent chunk of them from the map here, and of course, relieve the fort. That part is important. Okay, and there we go. They've shattered on that front. Beautiful. Another 3-1, but we're down to 12,000. Okay, I'll be honest, if Rhodes fall, we are not getting that island back, so I think we go for it. We slightly outnumber them, and hopefully we are defending some nice terrain. We're defending a hill. Well, it's about as good as it'll get. Okay. Alright, we're here. Pretty much regular on regular fighting here. Well, I think we got it. I think we got him. Yep, I think we got him. Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh, I'm really happy about that. Oh, you're landing more. Wait. Damn it. That's their one heavy ship. Means we can't navally meme that. What I guess we can do, though, is clean up this. We have taking. They also have all the occupations, but we have taking. Right, I say we strike while the iron is hot. My God, what is your... 92 days on a double siege. What is this AI RNG? Why can't I get RNG like that? Anyway. Also, why am I paying for my diplomats? I've just chose this whole time. That was a waste of money. Probably don't need to be aggro minting this much then. Well, the diplomat's got a nice payday. Guess what? They've been promoted to frontline infantry now. Should have told me, those bastards. But yeah, okay, we do still slaughter them. They don't reinforce this battle, which is huge. Because they can. Please don't. Or if you do reinforce it now. I'll reinforce it now. Please reinforce it now. You reinforce it now. Okay. That works. That works. Oh, okay. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Okay. But yeah, okay. I mean, their center breaks, which is great. Like it when their flanks break. Beautiful. Right, well, this should now be at least an easy win. Right? Don't make me regret saying that, please. Thank you. Yep. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, well, we have lost 22 war score because our allies have been occupied to death, but beyond that, so far so good. Alright, well, the AI is just kind of sitting on my forts, which I guess is what I'd want, so let's let that keep happening, and hopefully something good comes of this. Alright, cheeky mid-war parliament? Sure. We can conduct a census and see who's still left in our country after this war. Right, nobility. Let me understand this straight. We are fighting a war of survival against the Egyptians, and your top priority is to reduce the opinion of the county of South Holland. The strength of faith. Well, you know what? It is a fact. It is a fact. Get disease outbreak. Let's go. Proof. Proof of our divine devotion. Oh, okay. That's whatever. I mean, the odds look a lot better now. 10k, well, almost 11k versus 16k. That's almost fine, that is. Okay, first in the battle, excellent. Their right flank hasn't shown up yet. That's good, that's good. Okay, they have very little in the center. They now start reinforcing the center. Okay, no, they find that relatively well. We're trading quite even, which is terrible. We can't afford to trade even, now we're trading better. Okay, and their left flank is starting to collapse. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. Pretty much nothing on their left flank now. Okay, we even got some last-second reinforcements. Left flank did very well with how little troops they had. But now, yeah, it's over. Okay. I take it. 5 war score especially, I take it. Oh, a white piece. I feel like we could do a little bit better than a white piece now, Mr. Mamluk's good sir. I feel like you started this. And I feel like part of this is going to involve you releasing those slaves you captured earlier. Or at least give me war reparations. Okay. There's that siege. I mean, we're not capped at battles. No, we're not. Okay, let's... we're in the area. May as well, right? Anyway, now that was 3 extra war score, make sure they're greatly diminished in their ability of fighting. Especially since my question is, naturally, where are you retreating to, gentlemen? Oh, that's right. You're stuck here on Cyprus. Anyway, now that you're all forming up, there we go. Annul your alliance. Give me all of your money. Beautiful. All of your money. War reparations. And humiliate. Just, I guess, for the flex. Glorious victory has been achieved. Just to very quickly check, though, before I do piece this out. Yep. Now those 3-1 casualties, there we go. Beautiful. Stunning. I love them. We win. Okay, let's disband our navy. We have some debt to pay off, actually. Okay, that's half of it. We need to still make sure we're not minting. We need to keep buying food. Cost of court, that's all fine. Yep. Okay. Okay, you know what, Antonius Simeon? You may not have been the greatest at fighting, but you stuck it out to the end. And the moment victory was achieved, you could rest easy. And I really respect that. That's actually incredible. That all being said, welcome to our newest Grandmaster, who's already 62. Oh my god. Well, a position in cabinet has opened up, and I can only think of one person, our general that led our campaigns, who was worthy of such a title. Also, enjoy your 46 ducats. And alright, There we go, May 1429. We've paid off all our debt, and just have slightly over 2 inflation remaining. Starting to recover our manpower now. Those armories are serving us very well, and 4,000 standing army is very nice to have. Alright, I've been saving up some money. I think it's time for the final step. It's time to build those fortress churches for that 10% fort defense. Why can't I? Oh, to build them I need monasteries. Oh god. Okay. Well then, we have some monasteries to invest into. These things are an expensive proposition, and they just became more expensive. Well, we'll invest in monasteries everywhere, but for now, let's only Fortress Church, well, the place for fighting the Holy Land. I think that makes the most sense. After all, not quite the Holy Land, so the other parts can be slightly less exquisitely defended. Let's also be absolutely clear here. These are expensive, they're like 200 base each. Ah, and right at the end, we've got ourselves a new Grand Master, our first actually Greek Catholic man. And my, what a man he is. He's also married with 2 children, but technicalities. And just like that, on the 1st of January, 1437, we had completed our last core. Tripoli turns out had quite a few people in it, my god. 58,000, almost 59,000 population. But with that is finally Greek, and with that is finally a core, so control will be looking a lot better now. So to be clear, that is now everything cored. As indeed we do enter the Age of Discovery. With that all said, of course, every single one of our forts within the Holy Land is protected, with both an Order stronghold and a monastery, which is the prerequisite for a fortress church, for all that beautiful fort defense, and of course, all of these, well, forts. These forts are no easy pushovers, and Jerusalem, or Jerusalem itself, is sitting on a very beautiful 94.5% fort defense. This could be a lot better if it wasn't for the fact that, well, it's quite hard to push defensive, okay? But if we did, it would have been incredibly better, because if we then take a look at our economy, well, these forts could have been very, very cheap. We're already getting a 78% discount, could have made that 90% discount with 100% defensiveness. But nevertheless, this is our Jerusalem, surrounded by enemies on all sides, but protected to the best of our ability. And hopefully these fortifications can be considered worthy of the Kingdom of Heaven. But given our many victories against the forces of Islam, well, I do believe this is some kind of victory. Here we are, the Kingdom of God, safe, or as safe as it can be, protected by fortifications on all sides. Is this enough to keep us safe? Maybe not. What would, after all, a fort worthy of the Kingdom of God actually look like? Well, as we ponder this question, a new answer is indeed revealed to us. No fort we have access to now is worthy. No, this quest for a fort to protect the Kingdom of God, in truth, has only just begun. For it turns out that at the heart of Jerusalem lies a portal, a webway? One could maybe even say a stargate, but whatever it may be, well, for now we do not know, but we know that it may be used to travel the multiverse itself, to seek and understand the wisdom of it, to find a world with a worthy fort. Some worlds may be more promising than others, but all should be explored, for only with a true level of understanding can we find the best fort, and only the best fort will be worthy of the Kingdom of God. Our quest is not over. In truth, it has only just begun. Thank you very much for watching, with a special thank you to all my channel members, especially Ark, Solar, Suleiman, Lord Zendikar, Nick Huss, Nanhatan, Star72, The Awesome Rabbit, Vesper Gaming, Grandma Flavia, Lebarule, W Haste, Sov, Anthony35, AC Napa, Conspiracy Pizza, Yukata, Dan Ray, Marvy, Jack, Ryland, Stuart Allen, Andrew Black, Nebula, Zentronic, Twinit, and Aquabird.